Hello and welcome to Final Fantasy XI's Tales of Nostalgia. Well, more or less it'll be Tales of my nostalgia, since I'll basically be going over old memories from when I used to play this game years ago. But for a little information, a little highlight before I get started, I started playing this game back in 2003 North America release and played it for a good solid 5 years. It was the first MMO I ever played, and I spent a lot of time on this game. Eventually I think I left in '08 to try out other games. Basically, I played this so long and there were so many other games, I wanted to experience different games, try them out, see how they were. So, and I just came back. It's 2014 now, towards the end of it. A friend of mine got it on Steam. He bought me a copy, so I was like, well, I'll give it a old whirl. So, right now we are in Bastock Mines, and this is exactly the place where I spawned in the first time. I think when you start a new character now, it spawns you in different locations, but it actually spit me out right here. Just a little random corner area. I started as a black mage because I was playing Neverwinter Nights before I got this, and I was really into a sorcerer I was working on. So I started as a level 1 black mage, and I couldn't figure out how to walk for a long time. It took me a minute because the movement keys are a little unusual. I have all that taken care of now. Of course, I'm on my Beastmaster right now. I had like 3 jobs at the old level cap of 75. Now the level cap is 99. And I haven't got anything to 99 yet. I've just been trying to relearn stuff, checking out some new things and all that good stuff. But anyway, we're in Bastock, so we can go have a look around. It's Bastock Mines. Down that way you go to markets. Of course, I guess just look at the map real quick. There's the map of it. It seems bigger than it actually looks on the map, oddly enough. At least to me, anyway. So, yeah. Back in 2003, there was people all over this place. She's tripping over people. Now everybody, I think, is in, what is it, Alduin? Oh, something like that. The new area. There's quite a bit there. Got the old auction house. Used to be a lot of business around here, a lot of bazaars set up, and that leads outside. There's smog houses over there, and the little chocobos right there you can rent. And down off that way behind that area and that crystal is Alchemist Guild, all that fun stuff. But I started in Bastock. I don't know why, I just liked, I don't know, something about it appealed to me. I guess because I picked a Hume. It seemed like this was the Hume main town, so. Started in Bastock and have been in Bastock ever since. And those blue crystals you saw over there, you can warp between those now. It's a lot like Final Fantasy XIV. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to do all this walking anymore. Of course, a lot of people say this game just looks incredibly dated, which granted, the textures are kind of, pixelated, a little faded out. But this is a 2003 game. This actually looked very awesome when it came out. And it has its own look. It's like art, or its own art style, pretty much. And as far as looks, look at Minecraft. That's got 4 more pixels than this, and it's very popular. So graphics don't always make a good game. Of course, it still loads like, you know, real old sometimes for some reason. Let's see, now we're in Bastock Markets. A nice little look around. This is like the only thing you need the mouse for, is to pan the camera. Otherwise, it don't work too well. Yeah. Otherwise, you can only turn it with like the keys, and it's real jerky like that. It's all or nothing. It's not gradual. And there's the Goldsmiths Guild. I spent quite a lot of time and money in that place. Just small residential houses for meager quests. Of course, you notice there's absolutely no quest markers at all. In this game, you actually had to just talk to NPCs, and they say, hey, by the way, go do this, and you got a quest. In the quest log, let me see here, like current quests. See, I got all kinds of quests here that I haven't done yet. I don't know if Echo Warrior will ever get done. I don't know, but anyway, some of them can be vague. And here's the old stores. I guess where you got some of your beginning equipment, which is extremely overpriced. People would vendor crystals and everything else, and be throwing away beastman seals, all kinds of crazy stuff when it started. There's the other auction house. Nice little fountain. So yeah, basically this is also record all these up with the different areas, so if the game ever shuts down in the foreseeable future, I can go back and look at these videos and remember where everything was. And there's the Mog House right there. Now mine isn't very spectacular, you know, I just have the bare minimum furniture. Like a friend of mine, she had her home just really ornate, you know, just tons of stuff all over the place. Mine's nothing that fancy. Alrighty. So this is Metalworks. I wish more games had a window like this. All this is missing is different tabs, so you can put different types of chat. But I like how it's collapsible. All of them make it just like transparent, but it really, you can always see it, so it don't really help being transparent. But when it's collapsed, there, it's gone. You can see perfectly, and it won't ever come up until something happens. So I really enjoy that part of the chat window. The old Blacksmiths Guild, well, that's not it. That's where you buy supplies. Let's see, the blacksmith, he is over here. Yeah, the crafting area, pretty much. Basically, to craft, all you need is a crystal, materials, and know the proper recipe, pretty much. But that's the thing, I don't think there's any way to know the recipe. I don't think they tell you in this game at all, so you pretty much just had to, the beginning people had to experiment, trial and error, all that fun stuff, and now you just look it up online. Get all the recipes. So, and then these elevators like to troll you. Usually by the time you run over here, this one will start to go up. Like that. So you have to get mad, cuss a few times, and then you go over here and catch this one. Same with airships and boats. Like as soon as you're about to take that one step to board, it takes off and you can't get on it. Quite irritating at times. here is Sid, a major Final Fantasy character. Of course, he don't want to turn around, show us his crazy teeth. But anyway, I have him as a trust, so I can call it when I need him. That's the other thing that's new, is the trust system. It's very awesome. You can just call alter egos of famous NPCs and use them in place of party members, pretty much. You can have a maximum of 3, and some of them are extremely useful. Like I know Tron, Paladin Warrior, or Tryon, very good tank. You can even get this guy too when you start. He's average. This is the main political area of Bastock. The president's up there. It's the only thing I don't like about the Bastock area. The president's kind of a bastage. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Different missions and stuff for Bastock you do up here. All kinds of fun stuff like that. Let's see what's left. We just got port now. See, look at that, going right down. There we go. Let's see, it's gonna take an even longer time to show Windurst whenever I get over there. Little shrine down here. That's for another quest, which I don't recall what it was for. Let's see, so anyway, I started as a black mage, and I went into, was it Zurin Mines? The mines here at Bastock, whatever you say. I won't ever be able to pronounce these names right, so don't expect it. But the mines, there was, you know, just bats flying around. First enemies I ever attacked. Pulled out my staff, smacked this bat in the face, and it proceeded to kill me. So I went to the Mog House and I changed jobs to a warrior and bought a sword because did I buy a sword? I bought a weapon. It may have been a hand-to-hand now that I think of it. So I had a warrior, bought hand-to-hand weapons, went out, and I could actually kill something. So I started fighting, started leveling, and I don't know what level I was, maybe 5 or 6 or something. And this other guy was running around, wanted to team up, so he invited me to the first party I ever had, just a 2-man party. And we was going around just killing stuff at random, and was fighting this lizard, which was extremely tough, you know, tougher than the ones we had been fighting. And you know, these pair of boots dropped. You know, well, anyway, we went on, we kept fighting, kept killing stuff. Well, the boots just happened to randomly drop in my inventory, so I put them on, didn't really think nothing about it. And turned to find out those were the boots off Leaping Lizzie, which were selling at the time for like, what, 500k, 400k? It was something insane back then. But there's an interesting story about those boots. I'll get to that a little later. Let's see. There's nothing really remarkable down here, just a few little quests. Oh yeah, that building is how you go through this building to board the airship that comes in right down there. And you have to wait quite a while for that airship to show up. I'm not exactly sure on the exact time, but if you go down there right as it's leaving, it takes quite a bit of time to come back. Which I'm sure nobody uses the airship now, since you can walk between crystals. It's quicker just to click a home point here, run all the way to Juno, click a home point there, and then just pay 500 gil to teleport back and forth. Very nice. There's a player. See more synergy crafting areas, which I never did synergy. It was kind of new. I played off and on after 2008, but not more than a month or so here and there. So I never fooled with that. Don't know nothing about it. And the Mog House is across the bridge. It's the infamous bridge. Every time you try and walk across it, that's usually when the airship is coming in or departing. And when you're crossing this, if you be in the middle of it, it starts to raise up, and then it'll throw you back over here. And you'll have to wait for it to go down and cross it again. Another little minor irritation. But that's not even irritation no more, because there's a crystal over there. You can warp from this crystal here to the one over there. They've removed a lot of the frustration, which I'm very grateful for. Frozen. That name sounds familiar. I wonder if that guy was Snowman. Anyway, most of the people I know don't even play anymore. Just the way it is. Of course, in these old gate guards right here, that's where you get. This is where you get Signet, and you need Signet to get crystals and conquest points. And that's what, you know, all the new people usually forgot, never did, would lose out on many conquest points and crystals. It's quite irritating, especially when you found out what it was. Of course, this guy is the trust NPC. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna head back to mines. So you just click on this, travel to another thing, Bastock, mines. I'm gonna go by the auction house. It even shows you where it is. See, that's very, very handy. And it's free when it's in town. If it's any distance, it's 500 gil, which is super cheap. It doesn't go up. Very handy. I was just retooling my beast macros, because when I downloaded this on Steam and got it all set up, I had no macros, because last time I played this was on a completely different computer, different hard drive. So, unfortunately I don't have anything for movement speed bonus, so it takes a while to walk around. Now hopefully all the sound volumes are correct, because it'd be nice to hear the music, except for when I'm talking, you know. And there's a friend that bought me the game. Check out the mines real quick. First place I fought, and the first place I died horribly as a black mage. I don't even think I tried to cast a spell the first fight. I think I was just trying to beat him down with my staff. That's probably what spelled my demise, if I was to take a guess. Yeah, he's checking out the mug garden. I just found that out. It's a pretty neat addition. That whole goblin footprint. And here's the grounds tome. Very nice. These are better than the Fields of Valor. Is it Fields of Valor? Yeah, I think it's Fields of Valor. The books that are outside. These repeat and the experience increases every time you complete it. So, let's see. Individual training. Like, if you was a brand new character, you could come here. It wants you to kill 3 bats. You know, tells you the level range, and it gives you a reward when you're done. Of course, this didn't exist when I started. I just come walking over here, and there's a bat. I think there may have been more bats like down there, but I'm not sure. They've changed mob layout a little bit. But yeah, these are the bats. A little cluster of 3 bats. So I pulled out a staff, I whacked them, didn't cast a spell, they slaughtered me, and I was like, well, time to change jobs, so I went warrior. Then I came back, smoked them. Yeah, let's see, map. I forgot to show maps of the other areas. Yeah, Zuran Mines, I think it's how that is. That's how you get to Korolaka Tunnel, whenever you say that. That's a neat zone too. I had fun leveling beasts there when I was lower level. Very entertaining. And the rest of the area down there is high level mobs. Now they're, you know, higher. This beast is 76. I think they're like 78 or something. Not exactly sure. I know they're pretty high level though. Makes a good camp too, because these enemies don't aggro, they don't link. I take it back, there's some leeches that aggro. Let's see. Yeah, see, he's a decent challenge. It's not bad. I could do a gauge on him. See. It would be difficult to charm it. Of course, I don't have my charm gear on either. That makes a difference. What is that? Hold on a minute. Let me answer him. Alrighty, so where was I? That's right, showing the mines. And it was difficult to charm these bats because I don't have my charm gear on. Matter of fact, I have my combat gear and I just have my beast AF. So, not optimized at all. Yeah, see, the worms are tough. Tough to a 76, so this is a really good area to XP on, I imagine. If you was a beast, you could charm a bat, stick it on a worm, and it'd all be good. And the rest is just narrow tunnels that have pretty much the same mobs. I think one has leeches and does one have crabs? Yeah, maybe not. Yeah. This is the first area I fought. Of course, I didn't even make it this deep in. I died at the entrance. It was very sad. But then jumped on that warrior, got some hand to hand, and I guess I think I started selling stuff. Like I was vendoring anything I could. Crystals, everything. I didn't even check the auction house. I was just vendoring it all. I think I even threw away some beastman seals because I couldn't figure out what they were for. That's quite annoying. So yeah, after I got warrior, I think I went out to the area, the outside area from Bastock Markets, and that's where I started fighting. Actually, I did die along the way, but it wasn't as bad as in the mines. So I guess I can just get to it from out here. This is just further on down. Just head west a little bit once I get outside. So, and then I started doing a few little quests here and there. Didn't really know anybody. You just have casual team ups here and there. Nothing too major. This is where I was introduced to quads and goblins. And that's when I started really hating them. Matter of fact, every time I started, or I got high enough level to smoke them, I'd come back and just massacre a bunch of them as payback. And a lot of people didn't like Gustavberg area, which this was the first area I saw, so I was used to it. I never saw the area outside of Sandy or Windurst. You know, this was all I knew, so I guess it's better in a way to start here, because since this was your first experience in the outside world, you didn't know how much better areas outside of Sandy looked. And Windurst looked a little bit better. It's just a difference. But I like the music here. It's kind of soothing for some reason. And there's the entrance to markets. They've also increased XP exponentially. It's like, I think the lowest tier of an easy prey will give 80 XP if I'm not mistaken. And before, when I played, the lowest easy prey gave like, I think 12, if not lower. So yeah. But so anyway, I come out here and I start stabbing all these hornets in the face, getting a bunch of XP, all that good stuff. Of course, I also I got tired because after you'd kill a few of these and your health was low, the only way you could get your health back is taking a knee and healing like this. And it wasn't a fast process by any means. It was very slow. Like, I think you only got 10 HP a tick, so it took you a long time to fully heal. So you had a lot of downtime just doing this right here, which is fine. I mean, you know, you can sit there and drink some coffee or light up a cigarette, whatever your fancy is. Research something. Well, I guess you couldn't research unless you had a laptop, because this didn't have window mode either. And if you alt tabbed, it would crash the game. Highly irritating. So I got tired of doing that so often, so I switched to a red mage eventually. I think I got to the dunes on my warrior, and I'd switch from hand to hand to a scythe, and I was using that for a little while. And like I say, I got tired of not being able to heal myself, so I changed to red mage, and I really enjoyed that job because you could just shut down a mob with paralyze, silence, lower its defense, you know, its offense. You could just really shut them down. It was quite fun, so I focused on that for a long time. And I think I was red mage when they had the Twinkling Treant event going on for the outpost warps. So let's see, I guess let me check my time, see how long it's been. If this is long enough, I'll cut it off here. If not, we'll head on down that way and see, head on into North Gustavberg.